Hey guys, what's going on? It's Kathy here with OMG Tesla, and here I am in the Model Y in the passenger seat. Today we are going to go over the financing of this car and how I did it at 24 years old. So starting off, I went with a credit union. I was shopping around and I applied to 3 different credit unions. That is Tower Federal Credit Union, Pasadena Federal Credit Union, and Golden One Credit Union. The Tower Credit Union actually denied my application, which is pretty sad, but I chalk it up to my lack of credit history. I am 24, so it doesn't go very far. I only recently got into credit cards, so I didn't have a credit card until my first or second year in college. With Pasadena Federal Credit Union, I actually was quoted a rate of about 4.24%. And that actually decreased because I opened up a checking account with them and enrolled in auto pay to the auto loan, and I also opened up a credit card with them. As someone who is very heavily involved in the credit card niche on forums and on YouTube, I actually was pretty sad about having to open a credit card because that meant it would take up a slot in my Chase 524, and that's an unspoken Chase rule of having opened 5 credit cards within the past 24 months. They will automatically deny you for any new credit cards. So unfortunately I can't get another business card with them or the Chase Sapphire Reserve until after one of those cards falls off. So one of those 5 cards, and I think that's going to be in a few months, so it's not too big of a deal, which is why I did decide to do it. It would save me tons of money in doing so I figured why not. Each thing that I opened, so that checking account and that credit card, knocked off 0.5% off of that APR. So I dropped from a 4.24% APR to a 3.24%, and that's why I decided to go with them. The terms of that loan is 72 months, so at that rate of 3.24, and that's pretty much it with that. As for Golden One, they did give me a rate of 4.59%, with the term being 84 months. So that would be pretty nice to have a little bit longer to pay that money back, but at a higher APR, which I wasn't really willing to do. Unfortunately, I was kind of under a time crunch, so I could have probably talked to Golden One and try to see if they can lower their rate to match Pasadena's, but I had to get all the paperwork done and delivered because I had delivery that same week. And the reason why I kind of struggled with that was because originally I thought I was going to be picking up this car in October or September sometime, but kind of last minute I decided to just pick it up early because ultimately I was going to pick up this car anyways, so I might as well just get it a little bit early. In doing so, maybe I went with a inferior credit union. I really don't know, because this is my first time ever really working with a credit union like this. Okay. Well, my car doesn't do that, but I don't know. Anyways, so maybe I went with a inferior credit union in doing so. However, I wasn't really willing to kind of wait and figure it out and push back my delivery. I knew that Tesla needed to push out these cars because it was the end of Q2 and I wanted to pick up my car that week. Otherwise, I had been told that the next time I would be able to get a car delivered to me was August, and I'm guessing that's because it's kind of towards the end of Q3. So ultimately I did not put a down payment down, and I know some people might say that's financially irresponsible of me, and maybe it is, but personally in my situation I felt like I could put that money into other investments and have a better rate of return, higher than that of the APR. So any return that's higher than 3.24% I feel like is a good investment for me personally, for my money, just because I'm making money. The total cost of the vehicle is $68,793.83. That is with California sales tax and the registration fees and all of that. So that is the exact amount of money that I have to pay off this car. For my deposit and the reservation of this car and to take delivery, I paid $100, and that's simply to do the reservation aspect of things. I know that people who signed up for the reservation on the very first day had to pay $2,500, so I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Of course, I will have to pay all the money back eventually, so ultimately it's not any different in price if I was a first day reservation holder versus when I held it in June. I also had to pay 3 cents after the fact, after all the loan stuff was situated, because I guess I didn't factor that into the loan, which I'm kind of glad, because 3 cents on 3.24% APR is, you know, something, maybe. But yeah, so I did ultimately pay $100.03. For those of you that are in the military, definitely look into Navy Federal Credit Union, as I have seen that they have given people rates of something like 1.24 to anywhere to something like 1.99% for an auto loan. So definitely look into them. I personally would have gone with them if I had military affiliation, but alas, I don't, unfortunately. But for those of you that do, definitely take advantage of it. I know in the credit card niche, they are highly regarded because they provide credit cards with super high limits of like 25K. As someone who is like an Amex Platinum card holder, technically I don't have a limit, but also it would be really nice to have such a high limit to bring down utilization. Prior to all this auto loan stuff though, I did bring down my utilization to below 5%. So as someone in my position with a pretty limited credit history, I think that definitely helped. So if you are in a situation where you're about to buy a car, definitely bring down that utilization on your credit cards and your loans and any of that. So have your debt to income ratio, you know, a lot better than it probably is as someone who isn't in the market to buy a house or a car. So because of my limited credit history, I definitely wanted to have a cosigner on to kind of pad that whole credit profile. So I had someone on who had a much longer history than I did. However, their credit score was more in the range of like the mid 600s, whereas mine is currently sitting at 719, 720 something or whatever. So it kind of balanced each other out, and of course everyone's credit profile is pretty different and unique, so I would definitely look at what your cosigner has to offer in terms of what they're bringing to the table prior to having them cosign. So I would definitely look into cleaning up your credit profile before you do any of this stuff. If you found this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe down below. Turn on that bell notification because I'm going to be making more of these types of videos. Hopefully the content quality gets better. Hopefully you guys like this quality because I'm filming on my actual camera this time. As someone who has a background in film, I'm kind of disappointed with how the quality of my previous videos were, but they were kind of off the cuff and I wasn't really prepared for this audience to come to this channel. Prior to this, my channel was only about unboxings and stuff like that, and I built this when I was like a little kid, maybe 10 years ago. So thank you guys so much for the support, and the comments are everything to me. I want to respond to all of them, and I really appreciate the conversation that we're having in the comments down below. So definitely keep it going, ask me more questions. I'm going to be making more of these types of videos, so if you guys have anything specific that you want me to talk about, then let me know. My next video is going to be all about my Tesla insurance experience. As someone who's in California, I am able to be a part of that experience, so I want to delve deeper into it and break down the price and what they're offering me in terms of discounts and whatnot, and how much everything kind of costs. So I'll break that down for you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.